Alright, listen up, fellow plant fanatics. Have you ever stared at a seed catalog, heart pounding, then seen the total and felt like your wallet just ran screaming for the hills? Yeah, me too. Meet Sarah. Just last spring, she was an urban gardening queen, but her reign was getting expensive. Every season, a fresh haul of tiny packets, each one promising glory, but collectively costing more than her monthly latte habit. It was a beautiful, but financially draining, addiction. She knew there had to be a better way, a way to break free from the seed buying cycle. But what? Because here's the secret they don't want you to know: most of those fancy seeds you're buying? They're hybrids. F1 varieties. Engineered for uniform size and maybe a quick burst of growth, but they're one-hit wonders. You can't save their seeds and expect the same plant next year. Nope. You'll get some weird, genetically unstable offspring, or nothing at all. It's built-in obsolescence, but for your veggies. Sarah had learned this the hard way after trying to save seeds from her favorite supermarket tomatoes. Disaster. It was a cycle designed to keep you coming back for more, year after year. One crisp autumn, Sarah needed a break from her concrete jungle and its costly green hobbies. She decided on a road trip, meandering through the rolling hills of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. You know the place: horses and buggies, patchwork quilts, and absolutely breathtaking farmland. She wasn't looking for gardening advice, just a peaceful escape. But what she saw there, through the dusty window of her car, slowly planting a seed of curiosity in her mind, was about to change her entire approach to growing food, forever. This wasn't just a scenic drive, it was a revelation waiting to happen. As she drove past farm after farm, something struck her. These gardens weren't just productive, they were glorious. Overflowing with vibrant tomatoes, towering beans, colossal squash. And they looked timeless. Like they'd been growing the same perfect produce for generations. Sarah parked her car at a roadside stand, drawn in by the aroma of freshly baked bread. She bought some delicious treats, but her eyes kept drifting to the gardens behind the simple farmhouse. Where were the empty seed packets? The nursery tags? There were none. Just pure, unadulterated, homegrown abundance. It was baffling. At the stand, she met Ilara. An older Amish woman, her face weathered by sun and smiles, hands calloused from honest work. Ilara's eyes held a gentle wisdom that put Sarah instantly at ease. "Your garden is incredible," Sarah blurted out, unable to contain her curiosity. Ilara simply smiled. "Thank you. The Lord is good to us." Sarah pressed on, "Do you order all your seeds? I can't imagine the cost for a garden this size." Ilara chuckled softly. "Oh no, dear. We rarely buy seeds. We save them. Always have." Sarah's jaw nearly hit the fresh-baked apple pie. Ilara explained it wasn't some complex, secret ritual involving moon phases and ancient incantations. It was simple, time-tested wisdom. "We grow open-pollinated varieties, dear," she said, gesturing to a massive pumpkin. "Unlike those new hybrids, open-pollinated plants produce seeds that grow true to type, year after year. Their children are just like them. It's how nature intended." Sarah's mind was blown. The very reason her earlier seed-saving attempts failed was because she was trying to save seeds from the wrong kind of plant. This was the fundamental difference, the very first step in the Amish method. So, the first golden rule of Amish seed saving? Choose wisely. You need open-pollinated, OP, or heirloom varieties. Think tomatoes like Brandywine, Black Krim, or beans like Kentucky Wonder. These have stable genetics. Ilara explained that buying these seeds initially might cost a little more than the cheapest hybrids, but it's a one-time investment. Think of it as buying a family heirloom, not a disposable toy, she advised. This foundational choice sets you up for literally decades of free seeds. It's the critical step that modern gardeners often overlook, stuck in the hybrid cycle. Next up, Keeping your chosen plants exclusive. Elara demonstrated with her squash. If you want pure Boston marrow squash seeds, you can't have butternut squash growing right next to it, sharing pollen. Nature likes to mix things up, she chuckled. For larger gardens, this means planting different varieties of the same species a good distance apart. For Sarah's small balcony, Elara suggested staggering planting times or using physical barriers like mesh bags over flower heads. It sounds complex, but it's often as simple as a few feet or a little planning. No need for a high-tech lab. This is where patience becomes a virtue. You can't just snatch a green tomato off the vine and expect viable seeds. The plant must ripen fully, beyond eating stage, sometimes even to the point of decay, Elara explained, holding up an overripe bean pod. That's when the seeds inside are truly mature and ready for their next life. For fruits and vegetables you eat, this means sacrificing a few of your best specimens to the cause of future abundance. It felt counterintuitive to Sarah, letting perfect produce go bad, but Elara promised it was worth it. The best seeds come from the best, most mature plants. Now for the fun part, getting those tiny bundles of life out. For wet fruits like tomatoes, cucumbers, or melons, there's a cool trick called fermentation. You scoop out the seeds and their jelly-like coating into a jar with a little water. Let it sit for a few days, stirring occasionally. The good seeds will sink, and the bad ones, with the mold and pulp, will float, Elara demonstrated, showing Sarah a jar. It's like nature's quality control. This fermentation also breaks down germination inhibitors, making your future seeds even more eager to sprout. It sounds a little gross, but it's pure genius. For dry crops like beans, peas, corn, or most herbs and flowers, it's even simpler. Just let the pods or seed heads dry completely on the plant. You want them brittle and crackly. Then, you literally thresh them. We just stomp on our corn cobs, or rub bean pods between our hands, Elara explained, demonstrating with a handful of dried beans. This separates the seeds from their husks and chaff. A bit of winnowing, tossing them gently in the breeze, helps blow away the lighter debris, leaving you with plump, clean seeds. It's a primal, satisfying process that connects you directly to your food source. Here's where the $3 part really comes in. Sarah asked Elara about special tools. Elara just laughed. For wet seeds? A jar and a sieve. For dry seeds? Your hands and a bucket. She did mention a few optional things that are super cheap, some paper bags, a permanent marker, and maybe a small fan for drying. Total cost? Maybe $3 if you buy brand new jars, or free if you repurpose kitchen items. No expensive dehydrators, no fancy seed cleaning machines. Just basic, everyday items. It was revolutionary in its simplicity, making Sarah wonder why she'd spent so much on complex gadgets. Okay, you've got your clean seeds. Now, this next step is non-negotiable if you want them to sprout next season: drying. Any moisture left in them and they'll mold, or worse, sprout too soon and die, Elara warned. She spread seeds thinly on old window screens, parchment paper, or even newspaper in a cool, dark, well-ventilated spot. A fan nearby can speed things up, but direct sunlight is a no-go, it can cook the embryo. The goal is bone dry. You should be able to snap larger seeds cleanly, not bend them. This step alone saves so many gardeners from heartbreak. Finally, the grand finale: storage. Elara kept her seeds in old glass jars, labeled clearly with the variety and the year of harvest. Cool, dark, and dry. That's what they need, she emphasized. A closet shelf, a drawer, or even an unused pantry corner works wonders. Avoid temperature fluctuations or damp basements. For long-term storage, some even freeze their seeds, but for most home gardeners, a cool, dry, dark spot is perfect. This protects your precious bounty from pests, moisture, and light, ensuring they remain viable for years, some even decades. Imagine that, a future garden, tucked away in a simple jar. Inspired and completely fired up, Sarah returned home. The very next season, she committed to the Amish method. She found an open-pollinated mortgage-lifter tomato variety and provider green beans. She planted them with care, making sure to isolate them. It felt strangely liberating to know she wasn't just growing food for one season, but for a lifetime. There was a nervous excitement, a hint of doubt. Could it really be this simple? Would her urban balcony truly yield seeds that produced the same amazing plants next year? Only time would tell, and Sarah was ready for the challenge. That summer, her mortgage-lifter tomatoes were incredible, huge, juicy, and packed with flavor. Her provider beans were abundant, crisp, and delicious. Sarah, following Ilara's advice, sacrificed a few of the very best tomatoes, letting them get gloriously overripe on the vine. She let the bean pods yellow and dry. Then came the moment of truth, seed harvesting. She fermented the tomato seeds, dried them meticulously, and shelled the bean seeds, feeling a profound connection to generations of gardeners before her. These tiny seeds held the promise of next year's bounty. She carefully labeled and stored them. Fast forward to the following spring. Sarah, with a mix of excitement and trepidation, sowed her homegrown seeds. She babied them, just as she had their parents. And what happened? Her balcony garden exploded. The mortgage-lifter tomatoes grew exactly true to type, massive, flavorful, identical to the ones she'd started with. The provider beans were abundant, just as advertised. She hadn't spent a dime on those seeds. This wasn't a fluke, this was a revolution. The Amish technique wasn't just a philosophy, it was a practical, pennies on the dollar, garden-changing reality. Sarah didn't stop at her balcony. She started sharing her excess seeds with friends and neighbors. She learned that seed saving isn't just about saving money, it's about building resilience. Every generation of saved seeds adapts slightly better to your specific garden's microclimate, making your plants stronger, more productive, and more resistant to local pests and diseases. This isn't just gardening, it's an investment in the future of your food security. It's a quiet act of rebellion against the corporate seed giants. And it all started with a simple conversation in Lancaster County. Let's be real for a second. What's the hidden cost of not saving your seeds? It's not just the money you spend every spring. It's relying on a system that dictates what you can grow and how much it costs. It's the loss of genetic diversity as fewer varieties are produced. It's plants that aren't adapted to your soil. It's constantly being a consumer instead of a creator. Sarah realized this dependence was a far greater cost than any dollar amount. It was a subtle erosion of self-sufficiency, a disconnect from the ancient wisdom of growing your own. Don't fall for the trap. The Amish philosophy behind seed saving goes beyond mere economics. It's about stewardship, respect for nature, and self-reliance. It's about understanding the full cycle of life, from seed to plant, to fruit, and back to seed again. Ilara explained that it connects them to their ancestors and ensures future generations can continue to farm and live off the land. It's a deep, spiritual bond with the earth, a recognition that these tiny seeds are not just commodities, but gifts. Sarah felt this shift in her own perspective, a newfound respect for the simple act of saving a seed. So, are you ready to join the seed-saving revolution? You don't need acres of land or fancy equipment. Start small. Pick one or two of your favorite open-pollinated vegetables, maybe some beans, peas, or a classic heirloom tomato. Observe their life cycle, gather their seeds, and store them with care. The initial investment might be a few dollars for those first heirloom seeds, but after that, it's free, forever. You'll be amazed at the quality of your harvests and the deep satisfaction of knowing you grew them, from start to finish, completely on your own terms. It's time to take back your garden. Let's talk about that $3 promise again. It's not just a catchy title, it's the honest truth. What do you really need to start saving seeds? A couple of old jars? Free. A piece of newspaper or parchment paper? Almost free. A marker? Maybe $1. A sieve? You probably already own one. The cost isn't in materials, it's in knowledge and observation. And guess what? You just got the knowledge for free. So, no more excuses. This isn't some costly hobby, it's an ancient, effective, and incredibly frugal practice that anyone, anywhere, can adopt. Your wallet, and your garden, will thank you. You might be thinking, wait, is it really this simple? And the answer is a resounding yes. Humans have been saving seeds for thousands of years, long before fancy packaging and multi-million-dollar seed companies existed. The Amish aren't reinventing the wheel, they're just sticking to what works, what's sustainable, and what connects them to their heritage. The complexity often comes from overthinking, or from trying to apply these simple methods to the wrong types of plants, those pesky hybrids. Trust the process, trust nature, and trust the wisdom passed down through generations. You got this. Saving seeds isn't just about free. It's about protecting a genetic goldmine. Every time you save seeds from the strongest, tastiest plants in your unique garden, you're selecting for traits that thrive specifically in your conditions. This is how local landrace varieties develop, plants perfectly adapted to their environment. It makes your garden inherently stronger, more productive, and less susceptible to common issues. You're becoming a plant breeder, an architect of your own ecosystem, contributing to the incredible biodiversity that makes our world so rich. This is a truly empowering side effect. How many times have you bought a packet of seeds, grown them out, and thought, is this even what it's supposed to be? With your own saved seeds, there's no mystery. You know exactly what you're getting because you saw the parent plant. You tasted its fruit. You vouched for its vigor. This eliminates disappointment and builds confidence in your gardening skills. It's truly a game changer when you can predict your harvest with such certainty. This direct lineage from your best plants ensures continuous improvement and eliminates the guessing game from your gardening endeavors. Ilara shared that seed saving isn't just an individual act, it's a community endeavor. We share our bounty, she said. If one farm has an amazing corn harvest, we all benefit from its seeds. This fosters a strong network of shared knowledge, shared resources, and mutual support. Imagine local seed swaps, where you trade your excess tomato seeds for a friend's prized zucchini seeds, all for free. It's a powerful way to connect with other gardeners, expand your own varieties without spending a dime, and strengthen local food systems. It's collaboration, not competition, which is what gardening should be about. Think about it, financial freedom isn't just about stocks and savings accounts. It's about reducing your dependence on external systems. For gardeners, saving seeds is a huge step towards economic freedom. No more being held hostage by fluctuating seed prices, availability issues, or shipping delays. You are in control of your garden's future. This frees up money for other garden improvements, or just for enjoying the fruits and veggies of your labor. It's a small act with massive financial implications, turning your garden into a truly self-sustaining, cost-free food factory. In an unpredictable world, our gardens need to be resilient. When you save seeds year after year, those plants gradually adapt to your specific microclimate, the unique soil, sun, and weather patterns of your backyard. This isn't just a theory, it's documented fact. These landrace varieties become incredibly robust, requiring less intervention, less water, and often performing better in local conditions than mass-produced seeds. It's a proactive step towards climate change resilience, right in your own backyard. You're essentially breeding superplants that are perfectly suited to your patch of earth. What exactly is an heirloom seed? It's typically an open-pollinated variety that has been passed down through generations, often for 50 years or more. Think of them as living history, each with a story, a flavor profile, and a unique resilience that modern hybrids often lack. Heirloom vegetables frequently boast superior taste and nutritional value, too. Saving heirloom seeds preserves this vital agricultural heritage, preventing rare and delicious varieties from being lost forever. You're not just growing food, you're safeguarding history, one delicious bite at a time. It's a delicious form of preservation. Let's tackle some common myths right now. Myth number 1: seed saving is too hard. False. As you've seen, it's mostly patience and basic observation. Myth number 2: my seeds won't grow true to type. Only if you save from hybrids. Use open pollinated, and they will. Myth number 3: my plants will get weak. Actually, the opposite. As they adapt to your climate, they get stronger. Myth number 4: I need a huge garden. Nope, even Sarah's balcony thrived. Don't let these old wives' tales keep you from embracing this incredible, simple, and rewarding practice. The Amish secret is out, and it's foolproof. Before you dive in, a little planning goes a long way. Decide which plants you want to save seeds from. Prioritize the ones you use most often, or those expensive specialty varieties. Research their specific seed-saving needs. Some are easier: beans, peas; some require a bit more attention: carrots, onions, which are biennials. Keep a simple garden journal. What worked? What didn't? This builds your personal seed-saving library of knowledge, tailored perfectly to your unique garden over time. A small notebook and a pen are your best friends in this journey to self-sufficiency. Remember that initial $3 for simple tools? That's it. That's your investment. For that, you get a lifetime supply of seeds, perfectly adapted to your growing conditions. You get to eat healthier, often more flavorful food. You reduce your environmental footprint. You gain a profound sense of accomplishment and self-reliance. This isn't just about saving money, it's about gaining control, fostering resilience, and connecting with nature in a truly profound way. What other investment gives you such incredible returns for such a tiny upfront cost? Nothing, I tell you. Absolutely nothing compares. Once you get good at this, you might end up with more seeds than you know what to do with. And that's fantastic. But don't be a seed hoarder. Share your bounty. Host a small seed swap in your neighborhood. Donate to a local community garden or a seed library. Pass on that knowledge and those precious genetic lines. The more we share, the stronger our local food systems become. This isn't about exclusive knowledge, it's about empowering everyone to grow their own food. Imagine a world where every garden is a self-sustaining, community-boosting powerhouse. You can help make that happen. Think about the legacy you're creating. By saving seeds, you're not just providing for yourself, you're teaching the next generation vital skills, connecting them to nature, and instilling a sense of self-sufficiency. Imagine your kids or grandkids growing plants from seeds you saved, seeds that have been nurtured in your family garden for years. That's a powerful connection, a living inheritance far more valuable than any toy or gadget. This simple act keeps ancestral wisdom alive and ensures a future where anyone can grow abundant, healthy food, simply and freely. Don't limit yourself to just vegetables. The Amish seed-saving technique works for many herbs and flowers too. Imagine never buying basil seeds again, or having an endless supply of calendula or cosmos. The principles are the same: choose open-pollinated varieties, let them go to seed, harvest, dry, and store. This expands the beauty and utility of your garden without any extra cost. It adds a whole new layer of joy and abundance to your space, and honestly, saving flower seeds is incredibly satisfying when you see their vibrant return year after year. Total beauty for free. Even the smallest victory in seed saving is a huge win. Maybe it's just one type of bean, or a handful of tomato seeds that sprout next spring. That's okay. Every successful seed saved is a step towards greater self-reliance, a small act of defiance against a system that wants you to stay dependent. Don't get overwhelmed aiming for perfection. Just try. Just start. That first tiny sprout from a seed you collected with your own hands? That feeling is absolutely priceless. It's a moment of pure magic, connecting you to thousands of years of human ingenuity. To help you on your journey, here are quick things to avoid for seed-saving success. 1. Don't save seeds from diseased plants, you'll just pass on the problem. 2. Avoid saving from plants that didn't produce well, you want strong genetics. 3. Don't save from grocery store produce unless it's explicitly labeled heirloom/OP, most aren't. 4. Don't store seeds with any moisture. 5. Don't forget to label everything. A little precaution goes a long way in ensuring your efforts pay off. Learn from these common pitfalls and you'll be a seed-saving master in no time. While many see the Amish lifestyle as traditional, their approach to seed saving is, in its own way, innovative. It's a timeless tech solution that bypasses modern complexities and costs. They're not waiting for a seed company to develop the next supercrop, they're continuously cultivating and improving their own, directly adapted to their land and needs. This self-reliance is the ultimate form of sustainable living. It's a lesson in ingenuity, showing us that often, the most effective solutions are the simplest ones, rooted in observation and respect for natural processes. We can all learn from this powerful example. Back on her urban balcony, Sarah looked at her flourishing garden. It was more than just plants, it was a testament to new knowledge, newfound skills, and blooming confidence. She no longer dreaded seed catalog season. Instead, she looked forward to the end of the growing season, knowing she held the key to next year's bounty right in her own hands. She had unlocked the secret that generations before her had known, a simple truth hidden in plain sight. Her garden budget was happy, her plants were resilient, and her connection to nature was deeper than ever. Every seed you save, every packet you don't buy, is a penny saved. But it's more than that. It's a statement. It's an investment in a more sustainable, self-sufficient future. It's the knowledge that you can feed yourself and your family, relying on your own hands and the wisdom of generations, not just the whims of the market. This isn't just about a $3 technique, it's about reclaiming power, one tiny seed at a time. So go forth, my friends, and start your own seed-saving journey. The garden, and your wallet, awaits. Ready to get your hands dirty? Here's a super easy first project: green beans. They're open-pollinated, self-pollinating, and incredibly forgiving. Simply let a few pods on your healthiest plants mature past eating stage, until they're completely dry and brittle on the vine. Harvest them, crack them open, and store the beautiful, plump beans in a labeled jar in a cool, dark place. That's it. Next spring, plant them, and watch the magic unfold. You just saved your first seeds, and you're officially part of the ancient, powerful, and utterly free seed-saving club. Welcome! Some plants are especially easy for seed saving because they largely self-pollinate, meaning they don't need external help, like bees, or strict isolation to produce true-to-type seeds. Think beans, peas, lettuce, and many varieties of tomatoes. This makes your seed-saving journey even simpler. You can often grow multiple varieties of these plants in close proximity without worrying about cross-pollination. It's like nature giving you a head start. So, if you're feeling intimidated, start with these self-pollinators and build your confidence before tackling the more adventurous cross-pollinators. Ultimately, the $3 Amish seed-saving technique isn't just a set of instructions, it's a fundamental mindset shift. It's moving from being a passive consumer to an active participant in your food system. It's embracing patience, observation, and respect for the natural world. It fosters a deeper connection to your food, your land, and even your community. It's a return to simplicity, a rejection of unnecessary complexity and cost. Once you start, you'll see your garden, and perhaps your life, through an entirely new lens. This shift is truly transformative, promising a richer, more abundant future. Feeling inspired? Awesome! Your next step is to grab a notebook, look up some open-pollinated or heirloom varieties you'd love to grow, and just start. There are tons of resources online, local seed libraries, and even fellow gardeners who would love to share their knowledge. Don't let perfection be the enemy of good. Make mistakes, learn, and grow, just like your plants. This journey is incredibly rewarding, profoundly impactful, and surprisingly easy. So, what are you waiting for? Let the seed saving adventure begin.